Sup, Elite, this is Elite for Wakus, and welcome to another episode of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. In the last episode, we went through a lot of dungeons, and we apparently found out that we came from the future with Grovyle. And we were apparently Grovyle's best friend, which I don't believe. Persona's my best friend. And we went back to the future. After learning that Primal Dialga is apparently collapsing in Temporal Tower, which we have no idea where it is. And this is, and we went back in time, you know, we're back where we are. But, Galvin, where? Isn't this where I met you, Galvin? It's like that beach. So that means, could it be? No, it is! We're in the past! We made it back to our world! Yes! We made it back, Galvin! Grovyle! Look! We made it home! Back to our world! So we did it? We made it through. Back to this world? Yes! This is where I met Galvin! Let's see. I think it was right here. What? Never mind, never mind. This is where I found Calvin out cold. So that's what happened. That trip through time sent me into the eastern forest. And Galvin and I both reached your world far away from each other. Oh, that's right! There's a lot I don't understand, like the whole concept of time travel. There's a lot of people that don't understand Persona. A lot of people. Will you please explain it to us? Oh god, more dialogue. This isn't really the place to talk, so... Let's go to Wigglytuff's Guild and talk there. Before we venture into the future, we train there and room there. It'll be a perfect place. Let's go to Wigglytuff's Guild, except for the fact that Grovyle... Hold on. Will I be well received if I go to the guild? After all, I'm a wanted outlaw in this world. If I went to your guild, won't everyone be shocked? Don't you think they'd try to capture me? Yeah, come to think of it, you're right. What to do? Oh, I know. There's a good place. It'll involve going through Treasure Town. It shouldn't be a problem if we lie low and sneak through. Lead the way. Okay, it's this way. Hmm? I see a Gardevoir. Here comes Team Charm. Oh, so Gardevoir's a part of Team Charm? I can't be a part of... I can't have her. No! Would you like to save your Dana? Alright. This cliff is known as Sharpedo Bluff. Sharpedo Bluff? Yes, I think the name comes from the fact that the shape itself is shaped like a Pokemon named Sharpedo. You know, it's kind of astounding how well it looks like a Sharpedo. As far as I can tell, nothing seems out of the ordinary. It's down here. I lived here before I joined the guild. Go ahead, go in. I see. This is a hollow chamber in the face of the cliff. It's the jaw. Whew. Glad no one's wrecked the place. That's proof of how little notice this place attracts. It's literally the inside of the Sharpedo mouth. Why wouldn't that get attention? Maybe better if we stay here for the time being. Agreed. Are we about to get some backstory? I think we are. But Galvin, I never expected you to be the very same Galvin. Grovyle, can you tell us more about that? Yes, Galvin and I. We were jointly investigating the planet's paralysis. Pokemon and a human. Paired together? Yeah. And Galvin had, or has, a special ability like no other. We relied on that special ability to investigate the planet's paralysis. It played a vital part. By special ability, you mean the Dimensional Scream, don't you? Exactly. The Dimensional Scream is a drawback. The Dimensional Scream requires the presence of a trusted Pokemon partner. Oh. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Without that partner, the ability cannot be triggered. That's oddly inconvenient. A trusted partner? That's why we work together. The dimensional scream is set off by triggers tied to places where the time gears are hidden. We need to find out where the time gears were... But that didn't happen with Drowsy, did it? Like where Drowsy was. I got a dimensional scream, but that had no place in part where the time gear is located. Wait a second. You said that there has to be a trusted partner nearby for the dimensional scream to work. But the dimensional scream was being triggered not long after we met. Your point? Doesn't that show how much you trusted each other from the start? When you put it like that, it's a little embarrassing. In addition, Galvin developed amnesia. Upon meeting your persona, your partner had someone to turn to. Perhaps Galvin grew to trust you very quickly because of that. Oh, there's another thing I don't understand. Is the dimensional scream triggered in response to only time gears? Right. The opposite is also true. The dimensional scream is not triggered in places that aren't connected to time gears. Really? That's not how I remember it. Listen, Galvin, do you remember that time? Yeah, exactly! And during our first exploration? And there were other times too. We went to places that seemed to have nothing to do with time gears. But even in places like that, the dimensional scream is triggered sometimes, wasn't it? Are you sure? But that never happened in the future. The dimensional scream was never triggered by places that had no tie to time gears whatsoever. Well, if it's true, I don't know why it would work differently here. Perhaps things are just different in this world. Oh, are we really going to... Oh, I guess it just happens here, excuse. So in the future, the dimensional scream doesn't work in places that have no connection to time gears. I guess that explains the rushing water. And nope. Nope. Maybe I couldn't envision anything that time when we were in the future. Because we were in a place that wasn't tied to any time gears. Maybe that's why my dimensional scream failed to work. Maybe Grovyle is right about the future and the past being different. Why? Or different enough to make my dimensional scream ability work differently. Anyway, like I was saying, we were investigating the planet's paralysis. We used the dimensional scream ability to identify the locations of time gears in your world while we were in the future. That's it. Here, a time gear is here. I see. Place the drought stone in Groudon's heart. That lifts the that was Grovyle and us? That was Grovyle and I. After identifying the locations where the time gears would be in the past, we took the passage of time. That brought us from our world in your future to this world. However... So it wasn't rain. Oh, I guess it was rain, but... We encountered turbulence while we were... That wasn't rain. I thought I was on a ship. Which is why I crashed onto the shore. I thought I was on a ship. So all that was just turbulence. Thus Galvin and I became separated. For some reason Galvin got amnesia and was turned into a Pokemon. I can only guess that it had something to do with our accident while traveling in time. How does that turn me into a Pokemon? I came from the future. And not just that, I came with the mission of preventing the planet's paralysis. I don't know. It seems so outlandish. It doesn't feel real somehow. So Galvin, you may not remember any of this, but you were my closest friend. I worried about you when we were separated. I'm glad to see you're safe. Your appearance may have changed, and though you have lost your memory, you're still you. And none of this alters the fact that you remain my friend. You know, that hurts me, because I don't... You're not my closest friend anymore. Yo, that's depressing, honestly. Oh, Galvin. I'm glad to see you again. Yo, that's so conflicting. Just like, well, shoot, you used to be my best friend, but now that I have amnesia, I can't remember you being my friend. Now, we have to decide on our own course of action. Like I've told you before, I'm going to collect the time gears again. What are you going to do? I'm a little worried about how time stops in the region where its time gears remove. Are you sure that'll only be temporary? That's right. As soon as the time gears are set in place at Temporal Tower, time will be restored to its normal state everywhere. Well then, we'll go too. We'll go with you, Grovyle. Taking a time gear will badly affect the Pokemon that live in that area, but we have to prevent the planet's paralysis. Okay then, we'll go together. But the hour is late. We're also exhausted from all the running we've done. We should rest up tonight. We'll leave in the morning. Would you like to save? Yep. Persona isn't here. Maybe outside? We are outside, you fool! What's the matter? Can't sleep? Yeah, just thinking. Thinking about Dusknoir? No, that's not it. Sure, finding out we were being deceived came as a real shock. But hearing your story earlier, Grovyle, really drove it home. What Dusknoir said in the future was really true. And it made me realize that Galvin really did come from the future. I was mulling over things like that. Hey, look, Grovyle. Sunlight. It's sunrise. It's pretty, isn't it? Yes. Maybe it's because we were in the future for so long. But I didn't think that a sunrise could ever feel so renewing. The sun rises, then it sets. We take that for granted and it's only natural. But things we take for granted, they're really the most essential things, and they're precious. All I'd ever known is the future world of darkness. Upon coming to this world, and seeing the sun for the first time, it was staggering. Seeing it. It strengthened my resolve to turn history away from a future of darkness. There was only one thing that I wanted to ask of you, Persona. It's about that time in the future, when we were confronted by Dialga. Frankly, we were in a no-win situation. There was no hope. Hold on for a second. Alright, I'm back. It's actually a couple of hours since I paused because I had to go up, have myself a pie. And I had to go deliver a television over to one of my mom's work friends. Then I had to go to a Chinese food store and get some Chinese food, pick up, and I'm back. So let's continue this flashback, shall we? But when all seemed lost, you refused to give up. Even I had given up. What compelled you? How did you manage to stay so strong? Well, I wonder too. I really don't know. But maybe it was because Galvin stood by me. Galvin? Take a look at this. This. What could it be? There's an odd pattern inscribed on it. I've never seen anything like it. This pattern is new to me. This is my relic fragment. It's my personal treasure. I've had this dream one day solving the mystery behind this fragment. But I was such a coward. I couldn't work up the courage to go to the guild and apply as an apprentice. It was then that I met Galvin. Galvin. Yes, Galvin was always there to cheer me up. And it gave me the courage. With Galvin, I felt like I could overcome any challenge. That's how I came to feel over time. Maybe that's why I was able to keep going without giving up. Alright. I think I understand what you're saying. Yes, Galvin has a special quality that makes others feel that way. The same way that I care for Galvin as a friend. You, Persona, also feel that same way about Galvin. Galvin is lucky to be blessed with a friend like you. Well, it's morning. We should be leaving soon. Yes. Nice bonding time. Alright, it's agreed that we will collect all of the time gears. First, we have to decide which time gear we should target. Let's check the Wonder Map. From here, the underground lake would be closest, I guess. How about Tree Shroud Forest? That was where I got my first time gear the last time. Where's that? Here. It is a little far from here, but there's no one like Yuxi guarding that time gear. Oh, great. If we were to fight someone over a time gear, that would attract attention. That wouldn't be a concern here, right? Exactly. That's it, then. That's where we're going. Onward to Tree Shroud Forest. What? I can't even go to a shop. This is it. This is the entrance to Tree Shroud Forest. Oh. What is it, Grovyle? The atmosphere somehow feels different than last time. No. I must be imagining it. It's never imagining things now, is it? It's always something else. Either way, I do have things to get rid of. How good am I? I'm good on apples. I'm somewhat good on orange berries, somewhat, not really. But we don't have any more, so we gotta save up and then move on. Are you ready? Okay, we're good to go. Let's set off. Tree Shroud Forest, alright, another speed up session. Oh god, Houndoom. Grovyle, how'd you get through this without being burned alive? Alright, speed up. Good God, 20 floors. That's a new record. That has to be. What is this? Oh. Time's gone. That's good. No, that's not good. What am I... That's just sarcasm. Yeah, I'm not in trouble. Time is at a standstill here. But didn't they... Just before we were dragged off to the future with you, Grovyle. Didn't Yuxi and his friends make a promise? That they would return the time gears to the rightful place? But time remains stopped here. That could mean the time gear may have not been returned to the rightful places yet. We'll see about that. The forest time gear is over here. Yeah, I'm tired. Hey, it's still here! Why is time stopped? I need answers. Well, what's this? It's a time gear. There's no mistaking it. But time here seems to be stopped. No one is blowing. See, those leaves are fixed in place. Time is stopped here. But the time gear has been returned to its rightful place. Why is this happening? Hey, what are you doing? Time is already stopped here. It won't make any difference if I take the time gear now. There's also something that's more worrying. More worrying? Forget it. Let's leave. Also, Persona, there's something I'd like you to do. What is it? Before you go back to Sharpedo Bluff, I'd like you to gather some information in Treasure Town. In Treasure Town? Yes, here's what I'd like you to find out. Learn everything you can about what's happening in this world right now. Okay, I'll go find out. Everything thinks that you've gone to the future. Therefore, yes, I understand. If they found out I'm back, they would be in an uproar. I'll keep low and get some news. I'm counting on you. I'm back. Got some news like you wanted. What's the word? The word is not very good. After we went to the future, Yuxi and his friends returned the time gears to the rightful places. Everyone was happy because they thought time would return to normal. The time remained stopped in those places. Even worse, it's spreading. Time is stopping in more places. Is that true? Yes. Everyone's upset and concerned because no one can figure out what the problem is. Grovyle, do you know what this means? If time is stopping in this spreading area, it can only mean one thing. Temporal Tower is starting to collapse. Temporal Tower is collapsing? Correct. Temporal Tower gives structure to time, so if it's starting to collapse, time itself will collapse in ever-widening areas. This is bad. The problem is accelerating. The planet's paralysis is coming on fast. What? But we have to hurry then. That's right. If we don't hurry, the planet will become fully paralyzed. That's only one way to stop the destruction of time now. We need to gather time gears. And the time gears must be put in place in Temporal Tower where Dialga lives. There's a problem. Temporal Tower is located in a place called the Hidden Land. And as the name suggests, no one knows where the Hidden Land is. But there isn't any time. That's right. That's why I think we need to split up for now. I'll go collect the time gears. In the meantime, I want you to search for the Hidden Land. Understood. Is that okay, Galvin? Okay then. You're in charge. The Hidden Land is supposedly somewhere in this world. Unfortunately, there are no clues as to where it is exactly. Considering that no one has discovered it yet, we should probably assume that it's quite far away. We must even consider crossing the sea, and discover that means to do so. Cross the sea. I'm sorry that I don't have any knowledge about how to do that. I'm counting on you. Well, I'll be off to gather the time gears. Good luck. Now, we should go searching too. Let's find the hidden land. So, where shall we begin looking? For the time being, why don't we consider how we could cross the sea? Well, we just happen to be here at the beach, so... this is hopeless. A way of crossing the sea. I'm not coming up with anything. I agreed to search for the hidden land, but... where do you suppose we should start looking? And there's no time left! Ugh! It's true, we've got too little information to go on. And we have no time to waste. We have to locate the hidden land as soon as possible. We have to find Temporal Tower and then put the time gears inside it. If we fail to do that, our planet will become paralyzed. We have to stop that, whatever it takes. And to do that, well, we have no choice. We need everyone's help. That's it. I'll tell Persona. What is it? Let's go to Wigglytuff's Guild. What? You want to go to Wigglytuff's Guild? Why? We disappeared in front of everyone, remember? Well, yes, I think everyone would be really worried about us. And I miss everyone, too. But everything we saw in the future, everything about Grovyle and about Dusknoir, and even about your past, Galvin, if we tell it all to the Guild, how can they believe us? What do you think, Galvin? Do you think everyone at the Guild will believe us? They'll believe. You think they'll believe us? Well, you say that, Galvin, but is there really a chance they'll believe us? After all, everyone in this world is convinced that Grovyle is the villain. And they think Dusknoir is a really good Pokemon, don't they? Everyone especially thinks highly of Dusknoir. I saw the future, but I still didn't want to believe the truth about Dusknoir. If we were there, even if we were to tell everyone the truth, I wonder if they would be able to accept it. It's true. What Persona is saying is true. Maybe no one will believe us if we tell them the truth, but... What? We should tell them anyway. What? Why? They may not believe us, right? But we should tell them anyway? I don't have a choice! Why? Why do you think so, Galvin? We need everyone's help. Everyone's help. I understand. We can't find the hidden land on our own. We do need everyone's help. If we don't get their help, we'll run out of time to prevent the planet's paralysis. Galvin. Okay, you're right. Let's go to Wigglytuff's Guild. Let's go back to the Guild and tell everyone the truth. I'm sure that everyone will be shocked, but I'm certain they'll understand. Let's go home, Galvin. Back to Wigglytuff's Guild. Would you like to save your adventure? I think I will. And I think I'll also end off the episode here. So, in the next episode... Should I stop here? I think I should. It's been a long time. In the next episode, we're going to go home and try and see if we can find out about the Hidden Land. So, I'm Elite for Walkthroughs, and this has been Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky. See ya!